Okay. Right now at 5, sheriffs say there's no danger to the public after several first responders respond to a call in Vernon County.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. We will get to that story in just a bit, but first, we have an alert day in the Coulee region weather-wise, so let's send it over to our weather center and first warn meteorologist Eric Dean.
Tell you what, Ken, it's been gangbusters today. We've had the snow across the Coulee region, and it's still coming down like crazy outside at this hour. Good evening, everybody. Take a look here at the mic real quick, and we will get back to this coming up in just a minute.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right, thanks very much, Eric, and we will get that fixed in short order. Now, with several inches of snow forecasted to be falling in the Coulee region, the city of La Crosse has issued a snow emergency. We've seen a few of these this winter season. It'll begin today at 6 p.m. and then end on Saturday at 6 p.m. Alternate side parking will be in effect during that 48-hour window. So on even-numbered days, you'll be parking on the side of the street with even-numbered addresses. Odd days, odd-numbered side. And again, 48 hours for that window, but the city does reserve the right to extend that based on whatever we see falling from the sky the next couple days. Now, there was a large police presence at a property in Vernon County overnight. The Vernon County Sheriff's Office got a call from a person in another state about an individual having a mental health emergency at a house in the town of Kickapoo. The call came in around 10:30 last night. According to Sheriff Roy Torgerson, a large crew of emergency responders were brought to the scene because of threats made by the individual.
There were substantial safety concerns about officers approaching the residence. Therefore, we had to set up a perimeter and continued to evaluate the situation.
And then late this morning, after using a fire department drone to search the property first, crews got the individual out of the house and into an ambulance to be taken for treatment. Sheriff Torgerson says there's no danger to the public. He says there didn't seem to be any criminal activity, so he doesn't expect any charges to be filed. A reminder that if you are struggling with mental health and thoughts of suicide, you can call 988 at any time to get help. You can also text HOME to 741-741 to be able to reach a crisis counselor. That's 24/7 access. The fate of the very first building to go up in La Crosse's River Point district will be decided tonight by the city's Common Council. The development has been over 25 years in the making, and as News 8 Now's Dua Israr explains in studio, could bring ease to a part of the city's housing crisis. Good evening, Dua.
Ken, the River Point district, commonly known as the old Mobil Oil site, is located on Copeland Avenue. For several years, it's been an empty lot. La Crosse's Director of Planning, Andrea Train, says the city is ready to change that. The first building to be on the former Mobil Oil site hopes to address part of a common issue in the city of La Crosse, affordable housing. There will be 5 buildings with units for families and seniors. 120 units will be available at 80% below the county median income range. Train says affordable housing is necessary for new growth in the city.
Something that we hear from developers, from potential residents, that's something that's very clear that we need additional housing of all kinds in the city of La Crosse.
Train says she hopes families will move to and stay in La Crosse as more affordable housing units are developed. She says this will also help with local school enrollment numbers and give the community an economic boost. According to documents on the city's Legislative Information Center website, the project will cost roughly $29 million.
All right, thanks very much, Dua. And if the Common Council approves this development plan tonight, construction is expected to begin in July of this year. Well, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell remains hospitalized in Washington. A statement says he tripped at a local hotel during a private dinner, and he has been admitted to the hospital where he is receiving treatment. Now, McConnell's office has yet to provide details on his condition or how severe his injuries might be. Senate Majority Leader gave his best wishes to his colleague from the Senate floor today.
I called the leader this morning and spoke briefly with his staff to extend my prayers and well wishes. My thoughts are also with Leader McConnell's family and his team. I join every single one of my colleagues in wishing Leader McConnell a speedy and full recovery.
Now, the fight over the budget is heating up today, with President Biden unveiling his proposed budget for Congress to consider. The budget has no chance of passing the Republican-controlled House, but it is in the opening salvo in what is likely to be a long fight over raising the debt limit. Nicole D'Antonio has more details from Capitol Hill.
President Biden says his proposed budget will shore up entitlement programs such as Medicare while decreasing the deficit.
I will protect Social Security and Medicare without any change. Guaranteed. I won't allow them to be gutted or eliminated, as MAGA Republicans threaten to do.
The president's $6.8 trillion proposal includes increased spending for the military and social programs. They would be largely paid for by $5 trillion in new taxes on corporations and the wealthiest Americans. The proposal would reportedly cut the federal deficit by nearly $3 trillion over the next decade.
Anybody who thinks our present federal tax system is fair, raise your hand.
The president's proposal is really just the start of negotiations with Republicans over raising the debt limit. Most lawmakers believe it has little chance of passing Congress.
The president shouldn't take it personally. Most presidential budgets are DOA in the Senate. We like to do our own work.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy criticized Biden for not negotiating with Republicans over the debt limit.
No one party can solve this. The country wants us to work together. So when the president delays our opportunity to negotiate together to help solve this problem, it only harms our economy more.
Republicans say they want guaranteed budget cuts before they'll raise the debt limit. Congress has until the summer to raise the limit in order to avoid default. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The White House has called on Republicans to issue their own budget, showing exactly where they want to make budget cuts, but House Republicans have yet to do so. All right, batteries are in the microphone. Let's go over to Eric for our first forecast.
All right, Ken, let's try this again. It is going crazy out there in terms of snow. The temperatures are hovering right around freezing. Let's take a look here at the radar scan at this hour. First of all, everybody in the News 8 Now viewing area is seeing snow at this hour. We'll go ahead and give you the grand tour on the radar. You can see over towards the Eau Claire area, across portions of I-94, seeing some snow. That's going to continue through the Black River Falls area, the Toma area, La Crosse seeing some snow, Preston, even Decorah over towards Prairie du Chien and Richwood. So the latest advisory map, here we go. All advisories are now in effect until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. This is a winter storm warning for the counties shaded in pink, so our central and southern zones. The area shaded in purple, that is the winter weather advisory. Again, all advisories are now in effect until 6 a.m. And one thing that you can do is make sure you have that free News 8000 First Warn weather app on your device to receive the latest information for your area. Now, Ken, coming up in the First Warn forecast, we're going to time everything out. We'll tell you when this is going to end. And I don't think we're out of the woods yet, my friend. I think we're going to see another system coming up this weekend. So.
All right. I'll hold you to that then. Thanks very much, Eric.
You bet.
Back on the news side of things, Wisconsin Republicans have blocked Governor Evers' plan to mandate students get vaccinated against meningitis and get a doctor's note to avoid a chickenpox shot. The state health department said last month that students entering 7th grade starting this fall had to get a meningitis shot, and 12th graders get a booster shot. DHS had also announced parents would have to have evidence of infection from a doctor to have their child be exempt from a chickenpox shot. DHS official Ryan Westergaard tried to explain to the GOP-controlled Legislature Rules Committee that meningitis is a potentially lethal disease, and the CDC has recommended vaccinations since 2005. A committee co-chair called Westergaard Wisconsin's Dr. Fauci, and those rules went too far, and the committee voted 6-4 to block them. With less than 30 days left in the countdown to the April 4th election, voter advocates from Next Gen America and Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin are engaging college students in an important discussion about their future. UW-La Crosse was the second stop in the campus tour campaign. Leaders started with a dialogue with students about abortion rights and the importance of the state Supreme Court race. The weather may have put a damper in the number of students that attended, but it allowed for a more personal conversation about the importance of the upcoming election.
We think it's really important for young people to get involved. When we talk about a state Supreme Court election, we're talking about a 10-year term. So the people who are young folks who are voting today, the impact of this election will last for years well into their adulthood.
Now, of course, Roe v. Wade was overturned during former 3rd Congressional District candidate Rebecca Cook's campaign for Congress. From her perspective, the Supreme Court ruling fired up young voters. And while engaging voters at UWL, she said it's important to gain that momentum back to restore abortion rights.
All that energy that we had manifested last summer and got together as a community, I really feel like this is the time that we have something to do about it.
The campus tour will wrap up later this evening at UW Eau Claire. The CEO of Norfolk Southern testified before a Senate committee about a major train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. All the while, another Norfolk Southern train derailed in Alabama. We'll have the story next.
If anybody asks me, why should I come work for Phillips? It's just more like a family. If you want to be a part of a family and a growing team, it's a place to be.
Phillips is hiring sales consultants. Love what you do. Go to phillipsoutdoorservices.com for more information and to apply.
Come into comfort during the International Furniture Fjord sales event. Get $200 off all Fjord's chairs in stock and special orders. The Tri-State's largest Fjord showroom is at International Furniture, La Crosse.
Now's the time to save on big projects. Hurry into Menards for 11% off everything. Get 11% off easy flooring updates for your home. Find your style and save 11% on Patriot Lighting. Transform your home with 11% off new Mastercraft doors. Or go even bigger and get 11% off a new kitchen. Don't miss out. There's no limit to what you can save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
High costs and hassles keeping you from building your new home? How about a new factory-built home from Town & Country Housing? Town & Country homes are $20 to $40 less per square foot than site-built homes. And once your home arrives at your site, it will be completed in weeks, not months. Choose from numerous plans, exterior features, cabinet choices, and even fireplaces. Let Town & Country help make your new home a reality. Business Highway 53 between Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. Or visit the website at townandcountryhousing.com.
What does it cost to buy off a judge? For extremist Dan Kelly, he's for sale for $20,000. In 2020, Kelly conveniently changed his mind about whether to judge the Tim Zignego case. Kelly had recused himself. Then he pocketed $20,000 in contributions from Zignego and his family, and Kelly unrecused himself so he could judge the case. Justice shouldn't be for sale. Dan Kelly is too corrupt, too extreme.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Gallery custom order and floor sample sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, La Crosse.
What makes Phillips unique to me is that I never come into work feeling like a number. Ben, Brianna, Tyler, everybody in the office, they really just make coming in every day enjoyable, and I think that's really important.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Another train belonging to Norfolk Southern derailed today, this time in Calhoun County, Alabama. It happened just hours before the company's CEO testified before a Senate committee about February's toxic derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. Roxana Severi reports.
Norfolk Southern CEO told senators his company is sorry for last month's toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, and pledged $20 million to the region and residents.
That we're going to be there for as long as it takes to help East Palestine thrive and recover.
Norfolk Southern has announced several voluntary safety upgrades, but earlier this month, a bipartisan group of senators unveiled a new rail safety bill.
Will you commit to supporting the Bipartisan Railway Safety Act and help restore the public's trust in your company?
Senator, there are a number of provisions that we would absolutely support.
Those include tighter standards for tank cars the railroads don't own, expanded hazardous materials training for first responders, and standards for detectors used to spot problems along the track. Republican senators also criticized the responsiveness of the EPA. The agency recently paused the removal of toxic soil to confirm facilities that process the soil are federally compliant.
We expect waste to be moving, perhaps as soon as today, to other facilities.
Several East Palestine residents attended the hearing, including homeowner Aaron Stoffer.
Our property values are nothing right now. You know, even if we didn't feel safe and wanted to leave the area, I don't even know how we would do it.
Back in East Palestine, Eric Whiting says he doesn't trust testing that shows no harmful levels of toxins. He still drinks only bottled water.
So in the ideal world, you'd want Norfolk Southern to buy you out?
I would love to be bought out, and I would love to walk away.
So far, he has not received an offer. Roxana Saberi, CBS News, East Palestine, Ohio.
And the Federal Railroad Administration reports about 8% of railway shipments are hazardous materials. Back at the start of March. Eric, what's the latest today?
Well, we are seeing snow on the radar at this hour. All advisories are now in play across the Coulee region. We'll break everything down hour by hour on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Where's the best place for local fresh quality meat? The Holman Locker and Meat Market, of course. Now's the time to order your whole or half double smoked ham, prime rib, or smoked salmon for Easter. Don't forget the wine and cheese. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Help us celebrate our anniversary with big savings. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy one item, save 10%. Buy two items, save 15%. Buy 3 or more items, save 20%. The sale is good in all departments, even carpeting. The more you buy, the more you save sale. This month only at Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Spring Early Bird event. Now through March 22nd, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive members-only deals. Like $3 off assorted Taste of the Wild dog food. Rewards members save an extra buck. Blaine's full synthetic motor oil, just $4.49 a quart. Rewards members pay $4.29. Plus, buy 3 Goodyear or Cooper tires, get one free with up to $100 in rebates. Rewards members save an extra $20.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh quality local meat. It's time for the annual hog sale. Order a half hog for $3.45 or a whole hog for $6.85. Price includes smoking of bacon and ham. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
All right, here we go. The radar scan right now. It is lit up like a Christmas tree at this hour. You can see the snow falling across every part of the News 8 Now viewing area. We did receive a couple of reports already of 2 inches of snow over towards the Trempealeau County area as well as the Buffalo County area. Let me give you the grand tour real quick as to what's going on. You're noticing over towards Eau Claire seeing a little bit of snow at this hour. Let's go ahead and tilt 3-dimensional and you can see exactly what's going on with the tower cam over in Eau Claire. Well, it was there, but it's not now. But I would tell you this right now, it is snowing in Eau Claire at this hour. Over towards the La Crescent area, you can see right there, I-90. It is snowing across the Mississippi River. And last but not least, let's go over to the fine folks in Tomah. Good evening to you guys. You can see traffic is for the most part moving very smooth at this hour, but again, bridges and overpasses, those are usually your first things to freeze, so please allow yourself extra time to get to your evening destination, especially as we go into your evening and overnight hours. So here's the big picture. We'll widen out and take a look here at the broad perspective. You can see that snow continuing to push its way through the Coulee region. This is going to be the forecast as we go into the next several hours until at least 6 o'clock tomorrow. That's when that winter storm warning expires. You can see it right now in effect for Buffalo County, Trempealeau County, Jackson County, and points south. If you're in Pepin County, Dunn County, Eau Claire County, and Clark County. That is a winter weather advisory that is shaded for you guys. Again, this is now in effect and goes until 6 o'clock Friday morning. So here's my thinking in terms of the precip chances. They're really going to ramp up as we go into the next several hours. We'll keep them into the overnight hours. And then as we go into your Friday, you can see how they just start to drop off by 7 o'clock, 20% chance of precip, and then a small chance by the 8, 9 o'clock time frame. So overall, we had a snowy Thursday across the Coulee region. That low pressure system that pushed its way through is dominating our weather pattern, and associated with that is a cool front. You can see it stretched right here, and when you put the wind barbs up, you can see that wind coming out of the north and the northwest. As we go into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, high pressure will regain control, and you're sitting here thinking, okay, well, great, that's going to make for a nice weekend. Not necessarily, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of seconds, but your evening planner for tonight, we're going to hover right around that freezing mark, keeping the snow chance in the forecast and keeping the winds starting out of the east-northeast, taking more of a northeasterly approach as we go into the 10, 11 o'clock time frame. So let's time everything out hour by hour. So right now, here's 7 o'clock. You can see the temperatures starting to go below freezing. By the 10 o'clock hour, over towards Rochester, Preston, Decorah, you'll start to taper off. By 2 a.m., the back end of this is over towards Winona and La Crosse. As we go into the 6 o'clock time frame, the majority of us will stay mostly cloudy, and then by the noon hour, we'll stay mostly cloudy as well. Now, that takes us into the weekend, because like I said, high pressure is going to regain control for a little bit, but not for long. So this is our next weather maker as we go into Saturday and Sunday. You can see it pushing its way through portions of Wyoming, through the Black Hills of the Dakotas, through Minnesota. And then by Saturday night and Sunday, it's again through the Coulee region. So this is something we'll have to keep an eye on as the weekend inches closer. Speaking of the weekend, we have that alert day for tomorrow. We go to 37 degrees. We go back into the mid-30s for the weekend. We'll hover right around freezing for Monday. Look at that overnight low of 9 degrees. Then we shoot back up into the 40s for Wednesday and Thursday, keeping a snow chance in the forecast. Mid-30s for Friday. But right now, Ken, all eyes are on tonight. Going into tomorrow, 4 to 8 inches of snow is the general consensus right now across the area.
All right. Eric Dean, thanks very much.
You bet.
Still ahead on News 8 Now at 5, a runner's reciprocation. An Onalaska athlete who's dominating his sport as just a sophomore is giving back to the nonprofit that was instrumental in his development.
Visit the Early Bird Home Show, going on now at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Lowest prices of the year on your 2023 project. Windows, bathrooms, and more.
Make next winter fun for your family with Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 12th.
There's never been a better time to enjoy quality Flex Steel furniture than right now during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale at Drury's in Fountain. You'll save on the latest casual sofas, chairs that say, "Take me home," stunning sectionals, even luxurious leather sofas and recliners. Every Flex Steel style is included in your choice of over 2,000 designer fabrics and leathers, all at the best prices of the year. Unlimited choices, big savings, and special 12-month interest-free financing. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
A convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous. Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Make next winter fun for your family with Mount La Crosse. Season passes are on sale. Buy now for next year and ski the rest of this season for free. Stop out or visit us online to get your season pass today. Sale ends March 12th.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
An Unalaska runner is donating $1,000 to the La Crosse area YMCA. Manny Putz was named the Gatorade Wisconsin Runner of the Year after winning a cross-country individual state title last fall for the Hilltoppers. And as part of the Gatorade honors, Putz is able to award a $1,000 grant to a community effort that's important to him. He and his dad researched some community-based nonprofits for a while, but the Y was closest to his heart.
I used to go here for daycare, and the people here are super nice. The facility is really nice, and they got all the equipment you need. And I literally come here every day, and I thought it was perfect to show how much I love this place.
Now, Putz also runs for Unalaska varsity track, so he's hopeful he can win Gatorade Runner of the Year honors this spring, so he can donate another $1,000 to the Y. We'll have a look at what's coming up on CBS Evening News, and Eric will be back in to check your forecast right after this.
During the floor closeout sale going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to 50% on select Stearns & Foster floor models. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts. I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Every piece of land has a story written by those who work it. Like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy. Or the Upshaws, who DIY all the time. While the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
Talk to the John Deere experts at Tractor Central to find out which equipment is just right for your property. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
For over 25 years, Window World's provided quality products for homeowners around the country, including windows and doors. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they'll never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable fiberglass construction that provides up to 4 times the insulation value of wood. When it comes time for new windows or doors, trust America's exterior remodeler. Trust Window World.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission. Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now, my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
I've practiced personal injury law for 4 years.
For 20 years.
For 32 years.
All I do every day
is help injured people get the compensation that they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
During the floor closeout sale going on now at PM Sleep Center, you can save up to 50% on select Stearns & Foster floor models. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
We've got a lot of news coming up. You've heard of smartphones and devices, but what about smart windows? Tonight, we take a look at a new unlikely weapon in the fight against climate change. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
All right, in case you missed it, here's the Cliffs Notes version as to what's going on. The moderate snow will continue tonight. 4 to 8 inches, not out of the question. The system will clear out by Friday afternoon, so plan for low visibility due to wind, slick roads, and sidewalks, and delays in your morning commute tomorrow. As we go into the weekend, we'll keep an eye on another system Saturday night going into Sunday. Don't forget, Sunday, set your clocks ahead 1 hour at 2 a.m. Or do it Saturday night before you go to bed as daylight saving time begins.
And if you're living in La Crosse, remember the snow emergency goes into effect starting at 6 p.m. Alternate side parking will be in effect. See you at 6.